morning and welcome to Farm Factor. I'm your host, Jamie Bloom. On today's show, Kyle Bauer visits with Secretary of Agriculture Jackie McClaskey, who talks about the American Royal moving to Kansas. Then enjoy this week's Kansas Soybean Update. Next, Kyle visits with Josh Roe, the Assistant Secretary of Ag, who explains the importance of specialty livestock. Then it's this week's Kansas Farm Bureau Update. We'll end with Kyle and Duane in our Plain Talk segment. Stay tuned.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com. This segment brought to you by Kansas Grain Sorghum. Growers working together. Find out more at kansasgrainsorghum.org.
Welcome to Farm Factor. First today, Kyle Bauer and Jackie McClaskey, Kansas Secretary of Agriculture, discuss the importance of the American Royal moving to Kansas.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer from Kansas City, western Kansas City, Kansas, visiting with Secretary of Agriculture Jackie McClaskey at the racetrack with a big event today, a big announcement. And Secretary McClaskey, they're going to build a new American Royal. Can you tell us why the state of Kansas cares about that and how they're going to be involved or how they have been involved?
Sure. Absolutely, Kyle. We are very excited to announce today that the American Royal is going to find its new home in Kansas. This has been a project that our team has been highly engaged in for the last couple of years. We know that there's great potential for the American Royal in the future, and we believe that the investment, a joint effort between public and private partnerships between the unified government here in Wyandotte County, the state, and the American Royal team is just going to lead us to a facility that is not just about the 14 weeks that everyone talks about the American Royal being, but 365 days of the year celebrating and advocating for agriculture in Kansas.
As the Secretary of Agriculture, why is this important? I mean, show animals a lot of times do not necessarily represent exactly the industry, but yet this is important to the industry.
It is. I think that one of the things that we all have a tendency to do is we think about the Royal in the part that we know. Maybe we used to show livestock, or maybe we were livestock judges or meats judges and participated in American Royal contests. Maybe we've attended the barbecue, or maybe we've shown horses, or whatever that might be. But we kind of forget what the American Royal is overall, which is it is this overall big picture vision of what agriculture is, and it's one of the ways that we can talk to consumers. And this facility, this new center, is going to be about not just showing livestock, but really about taking that message of agriculture out to the entire public. And as you know, we held a growth summit on agriculture in August. And at that summit, the one thing that came up in every single room was we have to find ways to better communicate with the public. This is going to create a hub for agriculture to work around and really saying, how do we communicate with the public about what we do? How do we build and develop agriculture in our state? How do we grow technology? How do we take advantage of everything from the animal health corridor and NBAF and all the other great things that are happening in Kansas and really create this center that is just going to tell people Kansas cares about agriculture. It's the biggest industry in our state. And if you want to do agriculture, we want you to do it in Kansas.
Truly, when you bring together all the different entities that need to make this $160 million investment, it takes a little bit from everybody. But it seems that everybody's playing from the same music.
It does. Now, it's taken a while to get here because there are so many players. But that's also the part that convinces me we'll be successful. Because you heard today from numerous voices from the city, from the state, from different private partners, and they're all on the same message about what we're trying to accomplish. And when you can get a group this big to come together and be on one vision, you're going to get it done, which is really exciting. But it's taken us a while to figure out exactly what we wanted to do and what the right investment for the state would be and what we're talking about the investment for the state. I think it's important for people to understand what we're talking about is gaining future revenues that are going to exist because we bring the American Royal here, and that will really be what ends up paying for the Royal through the Star Bonds process. And in the end, we anticipate the revenue and the economic growth from the state will be multifold bigger than the state's investment will ever be.
We're visiting with Kansas Secretary of Agriculture Jackie McClaskey. This is Kyle Bauer reporting from Kansas City.
Folks, come back after these messages for this week's Kansas Soybean Update.
KFRM is one of the largest farm radio stations in the nation, dedicated to informing and entertaining rural listeners from northern Oklahoma to southwestern Nebraska. You can catch KFRM in many ways. Of course, 550 on the AM dial, streaming at kfrm.com, or on your smartphone by going to the TuneIn Radio app, or on Ag AM in Kansas on Tuesdays and Facebook every day of the week. KFRM, tune us in. You'll be glad you did.
Buying a car shouldn't be this hard. And at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego, it isn't. It's actually awesome. Whether you want a new or used car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. Even if you want to custom order a new car or truck, Toby's team can make the deal. See Toby's team at Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego. We're awesome.
This segment is brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Welcome back to Farm Factor and the Kansas Soybean Update.
This is the Kansas Soybean Update. It's brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. Steve Swaffer, Executive Director of No-Till on the Plains Incorporated, joins us. And Steve, preparations are well underway for the 21st annual No-Till on the Plains Winter Conference, January 24th and 25th in Salina.
We're really excited about our lineup this year. Our team is securing our future with soil health, and we've seen a movement in the interest in soil health, and we have a lineup of speakers this year that are going to bring lots of experience and lots of information on soil health, cover crops, basic no-till, grazing cover crops. So I think there'll be something for everybody this year.
People love the breakout sessions, and you're more than doubling the amount of breakout sessions from last year?
Yeah, we have 55 breakout sessions this year. We thought that we would want to expose our speakers once each day for everybody, so that if you miss a speaker on one day, you'll have the opportunity to catch them on the second day. We've got some panels that are going to talk about resistant weeds, talk about dealing with lower commodity prices, talking about how do you direct market products off the farm. So I think there'll be lots of experience to be gained at the conference this year.
Now, this is really from anyone who's just beginning no-till operations to the expert itself, because you really have got something for everyone.
We do have quite an array of experiences in the speaker lineup this year. So I think if you are just getting started, we actually do have a day dedicated on the 23rd for beginning no-tillers, but there'll be something there for you if you can't make it on the 23rd at the main conference as well. There'll be something for agronomics, something for equipment, and then we've got our trade show this year again, where we'll have over 70 exhibitors out there to help folks with services and products that will assist them on their farm.
Steve, if people want more information or want to register for the 2017 Winter Conference, what's the best way they can do that?
The best way is to go right to our website, which is www.notill.org, or you can call us at 785-210-4549.
Sounds good. Steve, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Greg. We appreciate it. Look forward to seeing everybody in January.
That is Steve Swaffer, Executive Director of No-Till on the Plains Incorporated. He's been our guest on the Kansas Soybean Update. It's brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. Learn more at kansassoybeans.org. For Kansas Soybeans, I'm Greg Akagi.
Hope you enjoyed this week's Kansas Soybean Update. Stay with us after the break for more Farm Factor as Kyle visits with Josh Roe, the Assistant Secretary of Ag for Kansas.
I will take action against herbicide-resistant weeds. I will know my weeds, and I will stop them before they go to seed. I will do whatever it takes to give my crops the upper hand, and I will use multiple herbicide sites of action because every action counts. I will take action, this time for all time.
Here's another gardening tip with Annette Jackson from Jackson's Greenhouse.
Fall is a great time to plant, and if you would like fresh fruit, grapes, or berries to eat next year, Now is an ideal time to plant.
We'll show you how, what, and where to plant for a successful crop of delicious, healthy fruit. We have a great selection and great service. Come see us at Jackson's.
Our entire stock of shrubs, roses, berries, perennials, and trees are now on sale at 25% off. Hurry out for your best selection.
Jackson's Greenhouse has what you need today.
Tallgrass Commodities offers producers bulk commodities at a reasonable price with reliable service throughout the whole Midwest. To find out more about Tallgrass Commodities, visit tallgrass.us or call 785-494-8484.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information. This segment brought to you by SureCrop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
We're back with Kyle and Josh Roe, who shares the importance of specialty livestock to the state.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer. I have the opportunity to visit with Josh Roe. He's Assistant Secretary of Agriculture in Kansas. Josh, let's talk about specialty agriculture across the state of Kansas. Of course, everyone thinks about cattle and hogs and chickens and turkey, but there's another industry of specialty livestock out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Our specialty livestock industry, which we're kind of defining as about anything that falls out of the normal livestock realm outside of the cattle, poultry, and hog world there. So, sheep and goats, bison, and that. When you look at the size of those industries, they're hardly a blip on the radar screen as far as numbers or economic impact in that through that. But what we've seen is market growth in several of those industries. In fact, meat goats, it's one of the fastest growing livestock sectors in the state in terms of percentage-wise. Kansas specifically has jumped from like 17th place in meat goat inventory to 13th place just in the last several years through there. And also, great examples of, sheep producers, bison, llamas, and all from there. They are a different set of production practices, but different resources required for beginning those, and really have been successful for producers that choose to do that and meet a lot of niche markets, so it can have some high returns. So.
One thing as we talk about attracting different ethnic groups from around the world to be part of our labor force, a lot of them expect some of what we will call specialty meats because they're used to that, and that's what they prefer to eat.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of changes in demographics have changed that demand, the demand for increased, especially goat and lamb through that.
So what are the barriers that stop people from getting into this? Why doesn't everyone do it?
I think first and foremost is it might almost come down to an industry perception thing. We're kind of traditional, like, myself, my family, for instance, we're cattle people that have never thought about branching out. And so really knowing that there is a good opportunity to potentially branch out through there. So sometimes it comes down to industry perception. And then another big issue that's holding back some of the potential and the prices is just a lack of consistent infrastructure on what you do, where you take these products to market at, whether that be, a processor to process your sheep into some, lamb that's ready to sell to the producer, all the way to, other byproducts, wool and that. So really the need, the lack of this infrastructure that we've got that figured out, right? On the cattle side, on our grain side, we have great infrastructure on what to do with our products when they leave our fields. And it's just building that up for the specialty industry as well.
We're visiting with Josh Roe. Josh is Assistant Secretary of Agriculture for the state of Kansas. This is Kyle Bauer reporting. Back to you, Jamie.
Folks, stay tuned for this week's Kansas Farm Bureau update.
Next time you see a beautiful field of corn, reach out and thank the farmers who work tirelessly to raise corn for livestock feed, renewable fuels, and exports to feed a growing world population. The farmers on the Kansas Corn Commission work for Kansas Corn with grower-funded checkoff dollars that support foreign and domestic market development, research, promotion, and education to expand opportunities for Kansas farmers. To learn more, visit kscorn.com. Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
If you're searching for bulls that offer genetic flexibility, then come to the Dale Banks Angus Bull Sale, Saturday, November 19th, near Eureka, Kansas. Selling 140 bulls that have spent their lives in rough Flint Hills pastures. For 112 years, the Perriers have been focused on providing hard-working, balanced trait bulls for progressive cattlemen nationwide. Make plans to join us on November 19th or bid online at liveauctions.tv. Call the Perriers at 620-583-4305 or dalebanks.com.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to Farm Factor and the Kansas Farm Bureau update.
AFBF, along with U.S. House representatives, is urging the administration to remain firm in its efforts to see China establish a transparent, predictable, and practical approach to approving biotechnology traits for import. Next month, the U.S.-China Joint Commission on Commerce and Trade will meet, and AFBF is hopeful biotech approvals will top the agenda. AFBF economist Veronica Nye says stable regulations from China would benefit U.S. agriculture.
In 2015, China purchased $20.3 billion worth of American ag products. Roughly 54% of that were from biotech-derived plant products. So clearly, market access for this portion of U.S. ag exports is important and unfortunately a bit fragile due to China's biotechnology regulatory regime.
She says China's regulatory approval process is not synchronized with the rest of the world, and many products that have received scientific approval in China are stalled in the final approval phase.
To get a product approved in China, it already has to be approved in the United States and another major trading partner. That obviously causes delays in being able to ship approved U.S. products to the Chinese market. But unfortunately, even on top of that asynchrony, at best, China's approval process is now taking 4 years to complete.
She says the need for a streamlined biotech process in China is even more critical this year with a bumper crop in the States.
Buyers in China want to purchase high-quality U.S. biotech crop. They've shown that year after year with increasing purchases. So we want to make sure that the U.S. government and the Chinese government are all on the same page to make sure that all of that good quality crop is so bountiful this year can find a home in different export markets, including China.
Michael Clements, Washington.
Come back after the break for Plain Talk with Kyle and Duane.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source. Together we grow.
Clyde Sutton, Nest City, Kansas. Lived on this place all my life. About a year and a half ago, got to where I couldn't saddle a horse. The pain was terrible. Read about stem cell. First it wasn't for me, then they started doing neck and back. Before I went down to Manhattan pain I was having from my neck down to my hand was curling my hand back. Some people had thought I almost had a stroke, and my shoulder had drawn up. I couldn't lift, I couldn't sleep, I really couldn't do anything, and was scheduled to be operated on, but was scared of the knife, I guess. Went and had it done. As you can see, I saddled a horse. I'm still building fence. Love to shoot a shotgun rifle, and I'm able to participate, not like I used to, but nevertheless I can do the things I used to do. And I want to personally thank the doctors, nurses, staff at Kansas Regenerative Medicine for the opportunity they give me to have my life back again.
Watch Ag AM in Kansas online at agaminkansas.com. This segment brought to you by Kansas Corn. Learn more at kscorn.com.
Welcome back. Now let's see what Kyle and Duane are up to this week on Plain Talk.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer with Plain Talk with the complaining Duane Toews.
I'm not complaining.
You complain that I talk too many facts and figures. I'm too much of a numbers person.
You are a numbers guy.
That I'm a Aggie-con guy.
Something a little more fun for your fact or fiction. Being a school mascot can be kind of a cutthroat situation trying to become selected.
Cutthroat?
Yeah.
What do you mean by cutthroat?
Well, it's dangerous.
In the selection process.
In the selection process.
I think it's somewhat dangerous as a mascot. I mean, you sometimes, if you're in the wrong crowd,
the other team
could be a little mean to you.
Take advantage of you.
Yeah.
There's one school where at some point you may be shot at or set on fire.
That is the fact or fiction?
Yes.
Shot at or well, okay, number one, we got some men's schools out there and hazing was in vogue until recently. So I'll go with
it was much more endearing.
And it just said shot at, didn't say shot. So I'll go with true.
That's true.
See if you could duck and weave.
Yeah, I guess. Stanford University, home of the tree.
Is their mascot a tree? I mean, I saw in the center of the field when K-State played them, there was a tree out there.
It's the Stanford Cardinal, but their mascot, I believe, is a tree. There's still some debate as to whether the college actually recognizes either one of those.
Well, the tree's out in the middle of the field.
Is it?
Yeah, I remember
evidently
seeing
the
that.
college accepted it.
Because I thought, gosh, they're already decorated for Christmas.
Right there.
It was all red and with that tree out there.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you don't want to talk numbers, but I'm going to anyway.
Great.
Because it's partly my show, and I've got all the show prep.
You've done all the work.
Yeah. Let's talk GDP, gross domestic product for the state of Kansas.
Kansas.
Okay?
Things are bad.
Yeah, that's what they tell us.
All I hear is how
that's
bad
what they
things
tell
are.
us. Yeah. Well, more or less in 2016, it's around $155 billion. Now, by the way, that's gross domestic product. We don't really care how much of that the government gets.
Well, it'd be nice.
No, that's what you hear about all the time is the government doesn't have enough.
Right.
But it's really about
economic activity.
Right. This is about economic activity.
Things
it's
are
about
going
155. Now, by the way, since 2014,
all right,
we've had two major industries, if not three, that have kind of hard times.
Right.
Agriculture and oil and gas.
Absolutely.
And I'll say that it hasn't exactly been a boom time for making airplanes.
No.
And so my point is yet gross domestic product seems to kind of go up.
Rise?
Yeah, kind of go up. Now, between 2014 and 2009, she was a little stagnant, but a lot of the country was.
There were a lot of people stagnant would have been good.
Right, exactly right. So my point is in year 2000, the GDP of Kansas was $82 billion. Okay, just remember 82.
82 in 2000.
Okay, in 2018, it's projected to be $168 billion.
That's double.
That's double. Exactly.
In 16 years.
In 16 years.
Or 18 years. 2018.
True, right.
18 years.
Doubled. So that would, and inflation during that time has been a lackluster 2 to 3%. So 18 years times 3% would be 54% increase, except we're going to double at 100%. So we're beating inflation by double.
Ahead of the average then.
Yeah. So I guess really are things all that bad?
Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Jamie Bloom, and I hope you enjoyed today's show. See you next week on Farm Factor. We're here every Tuesday on Ag AM in Kansas.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com.